DiJonai Carrington took some wild shots at Caitlin Clark, her fan base, and pretty much everybody on Twitter that supports CCFC.
The WNBA landscape just shifted in a way nobody saw coming after DiJonai Carrington finally broke her silence on the infamous eye poke incident that had much of the sports world calling for her head. After months of leaning into the villain role and embracing the chaos, she appeared in a high-stakes interview that took a shocking turn when her tough exterior finally cracked. What started as just another basketball conversation quickly turned into a full-blown emotional moment, leaving fans questioning whether she's been judged too harshly or if this was a masterclass in public relations. Now, the big debate is whether Carrington's tears were truly sincere or a calculated move to quiet the online critics. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Eye poker. DiJonai Carrington slipped through the cracks with a secret interview, man. Now, this interview went down about 2 weeks ago. Now, in this interview, she talks about CCFC. She talks about the fan base. Now, we know DiJonai Carrington, from the outside looking in, is not a very nice person. Now, I don't know her personally, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't, but some of the things that she has been doing and saying kind of don't really look right. So that's why I'm assuming she's probably not a nice person. Now, with that being said, she definitely isn't a big fan of Caitlin Clark. She falls in the criteria of like the Asia Wilsons, the Angel Reeses, and pretty much the Cheryl Suits of the...
So here we are once again right back in the middle of the drama after DiJonai Carrington decided it was time to speak her truth on the Underground Lounge podcast. For anyone who hasn't been tracking every tweet and sideline moment, Carrington has long been viewed as the final boss of the so-called "We Hate Caitlin Clark" crowd. She's often been lumped into the same category as players like Io Wilson and Angel Reese, athletes who, at least in the public narrative, appear to thrive on playing the antagonist and embracing the physical, confrontational edge of the rivalry.
DiJonai Carrington, like I stated, did an interview on a podcast, man. I believe this podcast is called Underground, The Underground Lounge. I believe this is Lou Williams here. But guys, you got to check this out. Let's play it right now.
But this sit down with Lou Williams was something completely different. It started with the usual lighthearted athlete banner, with Carrington joking that she doesn't put on deodorant or lotion until she gets to the arena because she wants to feel fresh when she hits the floor, a moment that had people laughing about being ashy in the green room as the real secret to elite defense. Once the hygiene jokes pass, however, the conversation quickly turned serious. The basketball world has been locked in on that playoff moment when DiJonai reached out and accidentally gave Caitlin Clark an unwanted eye exam with her fingernails. At the time, she laughed it off, made jokes on social media, and basically told the CCFC crowd to get over it. But sitting there on the couch, her tone noticeably shifted, signaling that this time, the story was different.
A very, very specific one.
Yeah. You think that was helpful to the game, or was it harmful? Because the league need eyes.
Both.
It need promotion. Like,
right.
I always said, like, when it comes to the WNBA, when it comes to the W, I used to say, man, y'all need personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all need more marketing, more media. Mm-hmm. And I was like the guys, people care about what y'all doing off the court.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all doing a really good job of that. But then it brought so much other attention when other popular players got into the league. Like, it just brought something that shit was.
It was like nasty energy.
Yeah.
Like,
She began opening up about the ugly energy that's been coming her way, describing it as hateful and downright ghastly. There's a certain irony in hearing someone who often enjoys striking the match now complain about the smoke. Carrington went on to explain that even her parents have been sending her videos from content creators who, according to her, are spreading false stories and making things up about her, adding another layer of pressure to an already tense situation.
We only see what you respond to, but you're dealing with that shit all day long.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are, and it's like, you try to not, focus on it or whatever, but it be under your pictures, not even just like DMs where you have to go searching for it. It be out there in the open, posts, YouTube. Like, my parents be sending me videos of people making up stuff that...
She looked straight into the camera with real tears in her eyes and tried to explain that if something didn't come directly from her mouth, then it simply wasn't true. It was a rare moment of vulnerability from someone who normally treats the court like a battlefield. Carrington acknowledged that the league needs the attention and promotion that the new wave of fans brings, but she also described it as a double-edged sword, one that ultimately ended up cutting her far deeper than she ever expected.
Go ahead and say it. Caitlin Clark fans, she about to slip up and tell it like it is right now. Speak her mind. And this right here is why she get a bad rep.
She didn't hold back when it came to the so-called Twitter gangsters and content creators hiding behind anonymous accounts, practically daring them to show their faces if they were going to talk trash. And honestly, she had a point. Plenty of people in that fan base act fearless behind a keyboard, but wouldn't dare say the same things they're facing in real life.
Oh, like, if it didn't come from me, it's not real. But
you hold your own though.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I'd be like, show your face. Let's talk about it. And they never want to.
No, they won't.
As soon as you respond, they crickets or their page is deactivated.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or they just screenshot it and then post it on another.
She claimed that whenever she responds to a troll, their account suddenly disappears or gets deactivated, turning the whole situation into a strange case of the bully feeling like the victim in a world where the internet has no referee. She even tried to brush off some of the hate by joking that it's mostly just men who don't know how to flirt, which is a bold and sarcastic way to flip the script. Telling people who dislike you that they actually have a crush on you. Even through the tears, that sharp edge was still there. But the real question is whether any of this actually counts as an apology, because she never directly said, "I'm sorry to Caitlin for the eye poke." Instead, it felt more like a general apology about the toxic state of the game and a plea for the negative energy to die down, suggesting that being cast as a villain is starting to wear her down. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has stayed completely silent, as usual, living her life, playing her game, and letting her fans do the talking online, which may be exactly what frustrates Carrington the most. When one side is demanding attention and the other refuses to engage, the tough persona can start to look desperate. The league itself is in an awkward transition, with veterans feeling pushed aside by a wave of new fans who seem focused on one superstar, and Carrington clearly struggles with that reality, wanting the fame, marketing, and money without the criticism that comes with it. She talked about championships in league history as if she were protecting the game's legacy, but the truth is that the eye poke incident is what people remember most, and once you go after the league's golden figure, you become a target. This emotional interview felt like a strategic attempt to flip the narrative by showing vulnerability and humanizing herself. But years of slick comments and online mockery have made it hard for people to trust what's real. You can't mock someone one day and then ask for sympathy the next without expecting skepticism. If you choose to play the villain, you need thick skin, and if you want to be seen as the victim, you have to change the behavior that created the backlash in the first place. Carrington is a talented player, but right now her legacy is being shaped more by controversy than performance, and while this apology tour might be an effort to repair that image, it may already be too late for fans who don't forget easily. In the end, this interview was her attempt to regain control of her story, ease the pressure on herself and her family, and quiet the noise, but unless her actions on and off the court truly change, the criticism will likely continue. Whether her tears were genuine remorse or simply frustration over being under constant fire is something only time will reveal, but one thing is clear: the drama isn't going away anytime soon.